This video is sponsored by PotownStore.com, the best place to get yourself some TCG code cards. Want to start playing competitively? It's very easy to do so with instant email delivery with the codes, and they have a huge variety of codes up on their website, reaching from league battle decks, specific promo codes, or even the latest booster packs in town. So definitely check out PotownStore.com, and you can use the coupon code ZapDosTCG for 5% off your next order. How wonderful is that? Also check out cardmarket.com. This is a European platform that I personally use every day. If you're a European player, you're obligated to check out the link in the description below. We're going to be able to check out Card Market, and you can buy cards and sell cards to people all across Europe, so definitely do so. You're going to be helping me out a ton. So definitely enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace! What's up YouTube, it's ZapDosTCG here, and welcome back to another TCG deck profile video on my channel. Today it's time to check out another new one price deck from Battle Styles. This is a deck list that you guys suggested, so big shout out to all of you people that are watching the new Battle Style deck profile videos. If you're enjoying them, be sure to let me know by destroying that like button, and if you have any deck ideas of yourself, post them in the comment section below, and maybe we'll take a look at it in the future. Okay. Today we're going to be talking about Kingdra, and this has a very busted ability here. This is going to be the Kingdra here. Whenever your active Pokemon is knocked out, you can move all water type energies to this Kingdra, as many energies as you want, and that's going to be awesome because that means you can save all your energies time and time again. The problem with this is that you need multiple Kingdras to just get this going, because if you don't have another Kingdra set up, the following turn things can go down very quickly. So the cool thing about this is that if the opponent knocks out a Pokemon, all of the energies goes from the one Kingdra to the other Kingdra and vice versa. And also its attack dishes out 40 damage for every water energy attached. So we have 10 water energies in this list, so we are maxing out at a maximum damage output of 400, which is insane to think about. There could be a couple of energy sprites, so maybe you can bump up the energy count to like 11 or 12, but I couldn't find the room for it just yet. I think in this scenario, you are going to be mainly focusing on like Centiskorch, you one-hit KO that, Reshizard, you one-hit KO that. Against other archetypes, you just need to have 8 energies in the discard pile to slap 320 damage. So that's going to be the main focus of this kind of a deck. The good news is that also Mew from Unbroken Bonds can finish stuff off. Let's say you slap 320 on an Urshifu V Max, then the Psy Power can finish stuff off later down the lane. So actually we can just go for 320 on Urshifu V Max, Boss Doors, another Urshifu V Max, 320 on that, and Psy Power both of them to knock them out. And we also need the fantastic Mew from Unbroken Bonds just to protect our bench, because I do think sniping will be kind of like busted against this kind of list. If you can knock out, like, let's say Tag Bull GX, knock it out to Kingdra, and you're gonna say like, ooh, now I don't have any target to attach my energies onto. That's something you don't want. The good news about this list is that you don't have to worry about your energies being thrown into the discard pile. We have Ordinary Rod getting them back, we have Nessa getting them back, so energy-wise, 10 should be efficient. If you want to bump up, that's just your personal playstyle. The Kingdra also has a retreat cost of 1. We're going to be resorting to 2 air balloons and 1 bird keeper in this list, because I've after playtesting, I find myself like playing level ball, playing quick ball, just getting my setup and then just breaking out of nowhere. So I love the fact that you can just attach to a Horsea or attach to a Snom, retreat to the Snorlax and Gormandize. That's something I love, because we do have communication, we do have quick ball, so that is a way you can get yourself out of nasty situation. Also, we're going to be running the Jirachi from Vivid Voltage, amazing rare, so we can dig a little bit deeper to the deck. We want to find our energies as quickly as possible, so our damage output is really high early on. So we can use Capacious Bucket, Attach of Turn, Rosa, finding another energy, Rare Candy, Kingdra, and it's going to be fantastic. So the more energies there are in play, the more damage you're going to be dishing out. So typically, if you have like 5 energies in play, you're slapping 200. That is like the thing you should go for, so you can one-hit KO stuff like the Dedenne GX and Crobat early on. We do have 2 copies of Boss's Orders. Couldn't find room for a Great Catcher, but I don't think Great Catcher will be all that sufficient anymore, because more and more VMAX decks will, of course, find their way in the meta. We already have Centiskorch, we have Eternatus VMAX, Urshifu VMAX. There's going to be a lot of VMAX in the format, although most of those decks still rely on the Dedenne GX. So if you want to put in Great Catcher, it is your choice. But for now, 2 Boss Doors should do the trick just fine. We also have, of course, Level Ball back in the format, and that searches out Snom, Frosmoth, Horsea, Seadra, Jirachi, Mew, so levelable 4 copies of that. That's just mandatory in a list like this. We also have 4 Quick Ball, so the early game will look like this. You just find yourself a couple of Horsea, find yourself a Snom, and get yourself Jirachi or Snorlax in the active position so you can scout or dig for even more cards. Air balloons, I always suggest putting those on either Jirachi or Snom, but sometimes you need it to just get out of the active to attack in the first place. But it is what it is. Only 2 air balloon. You might think like, ooh, that's a little bit sketchy. We don't have Scoop Up now. We don't have Switch, but there's 1 copy of Bird Keeper. And if Snorlax is in the active position, we don't care. So that means if they like just KO the Snorlax, we can just absorb energies anyhow. So it doesn't matter too much if the Snorlax goes down the drain. And that gives us more time to set ourselves up. Initially, I actually want to have like an army of Kingdra. So that's why we have a 4-1-4 line of Kingdra in here. And that's going to be helping us out to get Kingdras often in play. We also have Nessa getting like a whole entire evolution line back. We have 4 rare candy, so going to that stage 2 as easy as pie. And that 1 Seadra will help you because we do have level ball, so you might even bump it up to 2 copies of the Seadra. And the main focus of this deck is getting an army of Kingdras out. And as soon as one goes down, all the energies goes to the other one. And then the following turn, you try to set up another Kingdra and do the exact same thing. And you go in circles and smack huge damage. In the late game, your damage output is ridiculous. There's gonna be like a Kingdra with like 10 energies on at most, or maybe an average of 7, and that's already going to be dishing out so much damage. That's like 1-hit KOing any tag team in your path, and as mentioned against Sun Scorch, you hit for weakness. What else is in this list? 1 copy of the Dedenne GX, 1 copy of Crobat. Why not like 2 copies of the Dedenne? Like, you don't want to discard all of your stuff. We also run 4 research to dig deeply to the deck, so that's why something you don't want. We also have some communication, so sometimes you might find yourself having to research away your entire Frosmoth line. Luckily, we do have Ordinary Rod or Nessa to fix that problem, but I also put in 1 Crobat V. We don't have a counter stadium, so if they slap down Power Plant, we're gonna say like, ooh, what now? So that's why we still have Crobat. So our draw Pokemon are like Snorlax, Crobat, and Dedenne. You might think, why are we not putting Oricorio GX up in this deck? Well, the reason for that is that as soon as you have your board position set up, you probably will not need anything else. So the only thing you want to do is like set up all your Kingdras and you're good to go, because as soon as that happens, you all the energies will stick into place, so you can just resort to like absorbing the energies and attacking. And you also take like a lot of prize cards, so even if the opponent like uses Reset Stamp, you can always resort to Jirachi from Vivid Voltage, promoting that with an air balloon and using of course its ability to look at the top 2 cards of your deck and select 1 to put in the hand. So with of course a high amount of communication and quick ball, you might find yourself needing Crobat or Dedenne depending on your hand. What else is in this list? Of course, a 2-2 line of Frosmoth. You might think that's a little bit on the lower end. What happens when you just accelerate all the energies and your Pokemon gets knocked out? Well, that's something that this deck doesn't have an issue with. So as soon as something goes down, as mentioned, the energies go to the other Kingdra. So you only need to have Frosmoth in turn and play for like 1 specific turn where you use Capacious Buckets and dig through your deck with Dedenne and Crobat and get all the energies onto 1 Kingdra, and you're good to go. So that's exactly what you want. And what else can we talk about here? So air balloons going onto Frosmoth, air balloon going onto Jirachi. Snorlax is your sacrificial pawn. You just wait for it to get knocked out while you use Gourmandize. If the opponent says, I'm gonna trap you, you still have access to air balloon, attach of turn to retreat, or you can go for a Bird Keeper. What else? Yeah, for the rest of the supporters, we have a couple of Marnie. I think in this list, is it 1 or 2 copies of the Marnie? It is only 2 copies of Marnie, just because we also have Bird Keeper and we also have a Rosa. And Rosa is a very crucial part about this. If one of our Pokemon got knocked out during the opponent's last turn, we can actually search our deck for an item card. We can search our deck for a basic energy card, and we can search our deck for a Pokemon. So mostly of the time it was like energy, red candy, Kingdra, so you can get your next Kingdra going. You might even bump the Rosa number up to like 2 or even 3 copies. But I find Marnie also to be a very nice way to put the opponent to a low hand size. You might even think like, I don't need the Nessa at all, don't find myself using that too often. You might even cut down a research for another Rosa. It all depends on your personal playstyle, but you always know that this like is a deck list to help yourself create a list of your own. So hopefully you guys will enjoy testing out Kingdra. The damage output is ridiculous in the late game. Just make sure that you can always get another Kingdra in play. Like with the 4 level ball and 4 quick ball, it is not hard to set yourself up with a couple of Horsea early on. Just make sure those little Horsea eventually turn into a Kingdra, so you never have to worry about losing all your energies instantly. If that happens, you still have access to Nessa, so don't like worry about it too much, but the main focus is like getting a Kingdra after a Kingdra after a Kingdra. That's just what the deck is all about. So hopefully you guys will check this out. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to let me know by destroying that like button. Leave your ideas down below. Also, if you want to check out my sponsors, that would be like very helpful. Be sure to check out PokeTownStore.com. Check it out for like TCGO code cards. They have everything up on stock. Eternus codes, Zacian codes, League Battle Deck codes, Pikarom League Battle Deck codes, Trainer Toolkit codes, Luke Metal codes, Mew Mew codes. They have everything. Use the coupon code ZapDoesTCG for 5% of your next order and create yourself a deck to start playing Player Cup 3. I already got qualified for Player Cup 3, so expect a live stream to happen when the top 256 players are playing that out in Europe. And also, if you're a European player, be sure to check out cardmarket.com. They actually are a European platform where you can buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. So definitely do so. You're going to be helping me out a ton by checking out the link in the description below. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning in today. I'll see you guys tomorrow with more Pokemon TCG madness. Peace out.